All right, so the process of cutting and gluing the pieces down. If you look at your finished sheet, layout, this is the exact layout that you should consider cutting down. So, on this top section here, I've got my single gradient, and then here I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 individual gradients. So that gives me 5 areas of gradient. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 areas of gradient. So when I cut them out, I'm going to cut them out. So when I cut them out, I'm going to cut them out exactly as they are here. And they're your folded unit exactly as you see here, okay? When we look at our folded grouping of diamonds, the 2 and the 1, the 2 that are pointing up, all right, these are the inside. Remember, the outside is where we wrote our name. So the inside is going to be, when we're looking at it like this, the inside is going to be the top and the bottom pointing up, the center pointing away. So you have to remember that so that when you close it up, it only works, okay? Here, these are pointing up, these are pointing up. When I close this and it collapses down, that becomes the cover and that becomes the cover. Okay, so you have to make sure that when you're gluing them down, you're gluing them down. So I will then go ahead, carefully cut out each of these using scissors right on the line of the rectangle. The best method for gluing would be to have the glue stick at your table and take the piece and just run it along the glue stick instead of trying to flip it over and smudge it all out. You don't want too much glue to get off onto the black edge, right? But you definitely need enough glue to make sure that it stays when your Smashbook opens and closes, okay? So you're going to cut them out carefully. So we're going to start gluing them down. I suggest doing them technique by technique. So if you cut out the gradient, you cut the square out, you mount it here with the glue. You cut this triangle out, cut along that line, mount it here, cut this one out, mount it along that line. You have to cut that out because you cannot glue that entire shape down onto that square because you see there's a fold in between. All right, so you have to cut out the triangles as triangles. These 4 shapes are going to stay solid squares, and those are going to go down the 4 solid squares in the middle. All right, in the middle. So it's self-explanatory. All right, so is placed here is exactly how you're going to glue it down onto your Smashbook. The top and the bottom should be pointing up. The center should be pointing away, and I mean that as far as the units. Okay. All right, that's it, guys. All right, that's it, guys.